What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the DX Gamer Show. I'm Operation DX, and welcome to episode 30 of my Planet Explorers version 0.72 Let's Play. So you probably noticed that the intro of the video was a little bit shorter. I kind of get that, you know, sometimes not everyone wants to watch a full-size intro for every single episode, and now that we're climbing into the higher tier 30-plus episodes, I think it's about time to make it a really quick kind of thing so you guys don't have to just skip it. If some of you do skip it, I totally understand. Anyway, during the previous episode, I felt like I got a decent amount of stuff done, got the roof all set up on my main colony structure, got the repair unit, and got my flying vehicle in there to actually repair after all that damage I did. And then I got this barracks unit all set up here, and we're still kind of in the dark. I'm making some final adjustments to the windows. I like to put a lot of windows in these buildings and then put lights in them, and I just think it looks really, really cool. I'm not going to finish this up, though, during the next couple of episodes because I'm going to continue the story. So I'm going to tie up some loose end quests, and then we'll continue on to the main story. And I think maybe to wrap the Let's Play up, I'll come back here and finish things up, and then that's pretty much what we'll call it. There isn't going to be like a huge amount of episodes after this. I'm thinking that we may climb possibly into the 40s, that kind of thing. But there's not a lot much more to do in this Let's Play series. Maybe I'll build a few more things. I know there was a lot of suggestions on what I should do with my colony. There were questions on what is possible when you're building a colony. But also, we're actually spending a lot of time in a little bit of an older version, so there are some new stuff and new mechanics to the game that we're not really going to see here because I'm in the older version. The reason why we're not just flipping over to the other version, I can give it a shot now that we're like almost done and kind of see what happens, but I do think that there is some sort of save incompatibility between the two versions, and I don't know if it would be entirely successful. However, if we do kind of finish up there, maybe it's something, maybe I'll just give it a shot and see what happens kind of thing. So one of the questions that I came across in the comments was asking about, is it possible to build a colony up in the air? And yes, it is. There isn't block fatigue in this game. So you do the classic kind of thing where you just build the one block spiral straight up into the sky, and then you can build up your base kind of thing. What I was saying, though, was I wanted to make it look like it should be up there and use lights to kind of appear like they're thrusters holding the structure up in the air. You essentially have to fake it. It is possible to do it, but like right now, if they added block fatigue, it just wouldn't be possible to do. Anyway, it's once again late in the evening on Planet Maria, and it's time to get some shut-eye so that we can bring the sunlight back out. That always makes things a little easier. Maybe we'll get a little better look at our barrack structure before we take off. And then we'll pull some of our stuff out. We'll pull out our enhanced blaster that we actually upgraded 2 times, so its damage is quite a bit better. For the first upgrade, it's more efficient, as I described in an earlier episode, and then the second time we upgraded, it's just a little bit less, and so on and so forth. You can upgrade it a whole bunch of times, but it becomes kind of like something you don't really want to do based on time and efficiency, and it's just really not worth it, especially if I don't have a colonist working that building. If I could get a colonist to, say, automatically just keep recycling that blaster into there and like constantly just upgrading, maybe that's something I could do, but it would probably take a really, really long time anyways. Alright, so I'm going to pull my ship out of there. And remember how I was saying that I didn't like how it's like the shape of a CD or icon? Well, I was informed during one of the comments that I can in fact export like a little thumb for it, and it will show a picture of my vehicle. Oh yeah, that reminds me, like, I have actually had some requests to share the ISO file for my craft. I will make sure to do that. There is a sharing site that I should upload this to, but for you guys that want this like immediately, I'll go ahead and provide a link to download this craft in the description of this video. I've also been meaning to get my Planet Explorers editor video up. as it's something that a lot of you have been requesting, and I've really been meaning to get to it. I just haven't had the chance yet. But I will make a video just exclusively for the editor, kind of showing off some of the features, and then I'm going to do it with the new 0.75 editor, actually. Okay, so we're all set here. The barracks kind of looks cool, I think. It looked much better with glass and lights in it, but it's kind of shaping up. It looks a little bit, I don't know. Maybe I put too many windows in it. Oh, the guns are all deployed. Did they shoot something while I was sleeping? I would say they probably did. Anyway, you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead, head over back to the beach real quick and grab a couple of scoops of sand. That way for later when I do come back here, maybe I can produce a good chunk of glass there. I guess I could do some of these activities without showing them. Really, I haven't done very much of that at all, kind of cutting stuff out of the video. Only for that very, very short part in the beginning. It was just because we had that really crappy pickaxe, and I had to spend a few hours mining there. Well, it wasn't like hours, but it was enough time to be kind of like, well, I could take that out kind of thing. That should be fine. I'm not going to spend too much time here anyways. And we get a lot of sand per scoop. Unfortunately, the glass requires a lot of sand to make, as I've talked about earlier. So I was pretty pumped to hear about the farming structure and how you can get NPC characters to automatically take care of your garden. That's actually pretty awesome. I'm actually really looking forward to checking out 0.75. There's a bunch of features in there that I'm really interested in, like the new stuff for the editor, especially just being able to just make stuff and put it into the world. Like, I love that thing. It's so cool. Unfortunately, though, I don't think that they gave us the ability to build buildings in that thing again. I think during earlier versions, you did actually have the ability to, like, plop down big structures from within the editor. I honestly can't remember if 0.52 had that feature in there. I really didn't explore the editor at all when I played it like way back. The game was significantly different too. It felt a lot different than it does now. I really like the state at which the game is right now, and I like to see like the stuff they're doing. It's really cool, like especially the colony stuff. I don't think any of that colony stuff was in there during 0.52. If it was, man, I totally missed it. Well, I think I've almost got myself enough sand to build enough glass to fill all of the holes that I put in the barracks for windows. Yeah. You know, something else I didn't look into that I'm just kind of thinking about now is, and no one's really said anything in the comments, maybe, yeah, but the doors. The doors never fit properly in the holes. I wonder if that's something they fixed. That'd be great if they fixed that, because the doors just kind of look a little awkward in 0.72, and they don't quite fit in properly in the area allotted. So I'm gonna have to check that out. Gonna have to give that a look. One of the other things we haven't really seen in this Let's Play series is one of the NPCs actually has a whole freaking ton of different furniture and stuff you can put in around your colony. You can do a lot of decorating, and I just really like that. I like when you can do that kind of stuff in these kind of games. You know, so yeah, I think towards the end we'll probably run into the NPC that actually sells all that stuff, and then maybe can plop that down too. That'd be another good thing to do to kind of wrap things up. But now we are off to go check and see if the plants we planted earlier in the camp actually grew. We spent a good chunk of time actually working on our colony, so I can only assume that those plants have finished. And we're kind of getting a view here, watching Raul maybe teleport a couple times to the ship. Man, that's just that's alpha. That is alpha for you. You know what's really crazy, you guys? Like, just looking at the map, we've spent 30 episodes playing this game throughout the Let's Play series, whatever. And, you know, a lot of it's, you know, straight gameplay, admittedly, like, so kind of real time, but, you know, each of these episodes are around 15-20 minutes or so. And we've only explored a small fraction of the map. the map is actually huge. And even the next area we're going to go into to complete the story is actually just a small little area of the map. And something I'm really curious about is, you know how they keep talking about how they're going to try to make it to the Newton continent to set up shop there, or however, whatever. That's crazy. So, like, there's going to be other continents, and, like, there's even talk about being able to, like, fly or, like, shuttle to, like, one of the local moons? What? Wow, this game could be just freaking enormous. And then if you just add, like, story elements like they have been throughout, like, this little small area, this game could take, like, hundreds of hours to finish. And I'm cool with that. I'm totally cool with that. The story's okay. I'm kind of, somewhat engaged. I am curious to see it come to its conclusion. Obviously, that's something that's not going to happen during this Let's Play series. We're probably witnessing a good percentage of the story, but we don't know, like, the big meat and potatoes of it. We're not getting it through 0.72, and I don't know how much was added during 0.75. I'm definitely going to have to play through that just to see what was added, because I'm kind of curious to see how everything is going to play out. And I don't know if, like, some of the areas of the map were unlocked and stuff. I really haven't spent a lot of time reading up about it. I really need to do that and figure out what is going on there, dude. Okay, so let's go ahead and complete this quest. Everything went good, and it looks like she has some stuff here. Let's complete this. I don't know if I'm going to go through the rest of her story stuff. I don't know if... There's not really much else that she has, I think, to offer. I'll look at all the glass. So I have a bunch of glass actually already in my inventory. Perhaps maybe I went a little overboard with the sand collection there. I could have actually probably spent just about a minute. We only spent a couple minutes there anyways, I guess, so not too big of a deal. Alright, so that is done. And let's go ahead and just going to head towards the primary story quest marker. This is where we start to see some pretty awesome stuff in the landscape. Come on, Rawl, hop on board. She's not going to do it. Sucks. Okay, so you can see we have a quest marker over there towards, like, mountain region. And that's kind of where we're going to head off to. This is the part of the game where I think things get pretty interesting. I mean, so early on, we kind of saw that ruins, like, and it seems like maybe from a long dead civilization. But now we're about to kind of see some interesting stuff. I'm not going to really say. We'll wait till we get up to it. But there's some cool stuff here towards the end. Now, this is the part of the game where if you haven't actually constructed a flying vehicle by now, you really kind of need to, because you can't do, well, you can use the jump pack glider trick in this area, but it just takes a long time because you have to actually climb a rather large amount of altitude to get over this mountain region, and it actually just keeps going up and up and up and up. Approaching the mountain area actually looks pretty awesome, but the pop-in and stuff doesn't really help. It would be good if they could find a way to kind of clean that up a little bit. It's no good watching trees and landscape kind of popping in, but that's like I said early on, like in this Let's Play, that's like something that this kind of game always suffers from, these voxel type games. I'm sure it has to do with the nature of the voxel game and the way these games are developed, and just I can imagine that it's probably tough to try to like code this to like dump things out of memory and load things up really quickly, and there are hardware limitations, but engine limitations too. Like, I'm sure if someone developed a really awesome voxel-based engine that may help out in these kind of situations. It seems like more and more indie titles are using the Unity engine, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing because it seems to be constantly getting updated. I mean, Kerbal Space Program is using that, but I'm not exactly sure what Planet Explorers is using. Perhaps I can do a little more research. Anyway, it looks like we're coming down here on a dam that was built by the natives of the planet. It also looks like there's convergence of two different civilizations' technologies here. It looks like these gray towers are from one civilization, and then like the colorful bridge looks more like the native stuff of this planet. So it's really kind of peculiar, and I can kind of speculate what is going on here, because it certainly doesn't seem like the natives are at a technological level to where they could build something like these towers. And the reason why I say that is not just because, oh, they can't build these tower-shaped pillars or whatever, but it looks like there's actually some sort of circuitry or technology involved in these structures. So it definitely seems like, yeah, there's some higher-level crap going on Maria, and I like it. I like it. It's interesting, and I want to see it further through. So check out this place. I don't see Ava or Peter around. We'll see what happens next time. See you guys.